Greetings, friends. One of my subscribers, a young man by the name of Randy, recently reached out to me with a terrifying true story, which I'd like to share with you. Randy is now 27 years old and lives in the state of California. His earliest memories of this terrifying situation took place when he was about 3 or 4 years old, living with his parents and 6-year-old brother in Mississippi. Randy's father had an ex-wife who was believed to be descended from a line of witches, and he had several children from her. Randy and his brother had strained relationships with their half-siblings. He remembers bizarre occurrences that took place whenever he was home with just his dad and brother. His mother was never home when strange things happened. One day, before Randy's mother left for work, one of the older half-siblings stopped by the house to drop off a large, clear plastic container full of chicken soup. The unsuspecting mother let him in to place the container down on the kitchen table. Randy mentioned that they always did things like this behind his father's back, knowing he would never allow their gifts into his house. In this case, the father was in a back room, unaware of the visit from his estranged son. Later, Randy and his brother were in the kitchen playing with toys, when they heard a low hum of vibration coming from the table. They looked up over the edge to see that the soup was spinning in a vortex within the container. As they stared in confusion, plumes of red began to replace the golden color of the chicken broth, and the soup transformed into a bloody mess with chunks of flesh swirling about. The gore inside squirmed around to form the loose image of a face that seemed to mouth unintelligible words at them. They could hear faint whispers coming from the grotesque image, slowly increasing in volume until their father rushed into the room, grabbed the container and hurled it out the back door. Randy remembers the piercing scream of a woman ringing through their house as the container burst open and spilled its putrid contents onto the earth outside. He saw his father doubled over with exhaustion, sweating and clutching his knees, staring out into the backyard. Only a few months later, the two young brothers were outside playing while their parents sat on the porch, keeping an eye on them. It was a beautiful day. Clear skies and a pleasant breeze whispered over the property as the family passed a bit of time relaxing. Randy's mother got up and went inside for some reason, leaving her husband to watch the boys. After a few minutes, the woods around them went deadly silent. The birds and insects of the brush, along with the sounds of passing cars, had all stopped in their tracks. A feeling of extreme unease permeated the air as Randy looked back and forth between his father and brother, his mind bordering on panic. His father looked up to the sky and said, "Not this again." Randy looked up to see a perplexing sight. Rotten eggs with brown and greenish hues fell from the heavens, many of them bursting in midair, spewing vile liquid below and showering the yard. All he remembers after that is the feeling of confused horror while being whisked away in his father's arms, back to the house along with his brother. Soon after that incident, the family moved to the house next door. After the move, they went about a year without another event, until one fateful day. Randy's father was at work, and his mother was in the kitchen cooking dinner. He sat on the couch with his brother, wrapped up in a comfortable blanket along with the family cat, as they watched cartoons. Their gleeful moment was interrupted when a deep, powerful voice resounded through the room. "Get out." The two boys locked eyes, unable to react before the voice boomed in again. "Get out." The second voicing of the demand was so powerful that it shocked the 5-year-old Randy to his core. He described the feeling as how he would imagine the imminent fear of being eaten alive. He told me that since then, he has faced death on more than one occasion, but has never been as scared as he was that day. The cat darted toward the screen door and dove straight through it, easily cutting a large hole in the material to get out. The two boys ran to their mother, who was still cooking just one room over, but she insisted that they were imagining things. She tried calming the boys down until all three of them heard the undeniable sound of a demonic growl. Acting quickly, Randy's mother took the boys into her room and called her husband, who immediately called their neighbor to come search the house. Nothing out of the ordinary was ever found, and there were no incidents after that. Randy kept telling me how hard this all was to believe, that he has never been able to find anyone with similar experiences to those of his childhood. Here's to you, Randy. I believe you. And my fellow dreamers, let's show Randy that he is not alone. Tell me your stories so that I might connect you with those who have experienced similar things in life. This is just the first of many subscriber experiences I've collected in the short time since I've started all this. It will not, by any means, be the last. Stay tuned for more. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and share with your friends. I'm Mr. X, and may your nights be full of dreams.